Hello, this is Fuse Fellow Cassie Sudo from the Highlander Institute. This video is about curating resources with Symbaloo. So let's get started. Symbaloo is a cloud-based platform. It's made to visually curate your resources. It's similar to a Google Apps or apps on your smartphone. It's universal for all devices, and the best part about it is that it supports educational initiatives by providing you with an entirely separate set of resources under Symbaloo EDU, which is a place where you can find PD and other teachers who are using Symbaloo. But we'll talk more about that later. For now, let's take a look at Symbaloo. Symbaloos look like this. This is what's called a web mix. A web mix is a collection of all your resources in the form of these tiles. The tiles are fully customizable. You can change the pictures, you can change the background colors, you can change the titles on them, you can do anything you want with them. You can really get creative with Symbaloo. So let's take a little tour. The Symbaloo website is very user-friendly, so once you're on here, you can create a free account, free is fantastic, and you can change it to whatever language you want. So if you have some English language learners and they're using it, this is a really cool resource for them to build a library of resources in their own language. So once you're here, like I said, it's very user-friendly. You can watch an introduction of Symbaloo. You can take a tour of Symbaloo as well. It'll walk you through step-by-step how to use it. So you can visit your little owl in the corner here, and he will walk you through step-by-step what Symbaloo is and how it works, as you can see. To create tiles, you simply click on one of these blank spaces to add a new tile. You have three different options once you're here. You can either create your own tile, which I'll show you. You can search for a tile if you're looking for something in particular. So if I wanted to add Newzella, I could search for it and it would be found right here, and I can drag it right into my Symbaloo, which is pretty cool. Or you can browse for different tiles that are already created. When you create your own tile, like I said, it's fully customizable, which is great. So you can add the website here, or you can actually embed different resources that will open up right on the same page. You can add a name for your tiles, you can change the text, you can change the background color, you can pick your own images to be attached there. That's pretty neat. You can actually embed separate web mixes into one web mix, which is a fantastic way to add lots and lots of resources to one web mix and not make it look overwhelming. So Symbaloo EDU is specifically created for educators. On Symbaloo EDU, you can organize your online resources for students and for yourself and for parents, which is fantastic. You can collaborate online with other educators. You can create a portfolio of your work. You can discover other great resources. They have lots of galleries of public resources, other Symbaloos that people have made. You can navigate easier through the web as well, having these visual curated tools. Another really neat thing on the Symbaloo EDU is that you can acquire a professional certification in many different ways. So you can actually pay for to take classes and be certified in using Symbaloo and bring that experience back to your own school. We'll just take a quick look at the Symbaloo EDU website. It's really clean and user-friendly, and it shows all of the different resources that you have available to you, and there's actually some paid versions of this as well, but you can get a lot for free. So here's all your different options. You can get a premium version. I use the free version. It's really good. And then you've got some reviews from other professionals as well, which is always nice. So, like I said, there are infinite ways to integrate Symbaloo in your classroom or just as a professional in your school. You can embed these Symbaloos on blogs or websites. You can even make it your desktop Students can make it their desktop with all the resources that they need for class. You can group tiles and actually make a playlist for student learning. It's great to differentiate for students. You can link to other resources as other web mixes, which I actually have here on this web mix. I'll show you that in a minute. You can group tiles together into different categories. You can link to save documents or the Drive. So here you can see Drive and Gmail and Google Classroom. You can link to also the calendar, which is great for staying organized. You can customize the look of your web mix as well as the tiles, so you can put a background to these different web mixes. You can upload your own images to do that. You can provide differentiation for students, give your students their own space on Symbaloo where they don't have to edit any of your content. They can actually have their own Symbaloo that they can update regularly themselves, and that's a really cool thing because they're sharing resources with not only you but also their classmates. So a quick example of a Symbaloo, a working Symbaloo here, is on this website. You have a homepage Symbaloo with all the different resources, and then if you click here on DigiReads, there's a whole nother Symbaloo linked here, another web mix with online reading resources. On the same website, you can go to a family engagement page and see another web mix just for parents. An example of giving students their own space with Symbaloo can be found here on the class website. Students created avatars and used them as their images for their own separate spaces, and all of these different tiles actually link to their own personal bookshelves so they can share their reading with their classmates. There are lots of resources online. A lot of the resources can be found right on Symbaloo EDU or the Symbaloo website, but there's lots of people blogging about how to use Symbaloo in the classroom. You can really get creative about what you do with this, so please do visit some of these resources to find out creative ways that you can use it in your classroom. And as always, it's always fantastic to add your own resources to these collections because they are so appreciated by other educators. Again, this is Cassie Sudo from the Highlander Institute. Have fun.